Hello, sweet friends. Happy March. I'm so excited to be back here. Today, we are chatting about what to do on your slow season. So I actually grabbed this question from our Facebook community. It's called the Cameron and Tia Collective. I will link it down below as well as in the description box. Come join. It's an amazing group of fun people who are excited to make their business freaking bomb. So I grabbed this question from there because I think there's kind of two camps of people when we roll around to March. A lot of people are about to hit their busy season, some people more than others. I know if we're in warmer climates, you're hitting kind of a spring and a fall. Here in Minnesota, ours is a little bit later. It's like a May through October. But regardless, you're wrapping up your slow season. And the first camp is people who have big projects and they are trying to tie up loose ends. They have been trying to get this going, trying to get this wrapped up, and that is great. I'm more talking to the second camp. And the second camp is saying, what the heck should I be doing right now? How can I be efficiently filling my time? And so I've got that for you. I've got first, if you're a newer photographer, and second, if you're a seasoned pro. If you're a seasoned pro, I want you to jump ahead. I'm going to put in the description box the time that you can jump ahead to so that you don't have to listen to this first section. And if you're a newer photographer, stay around right now. Let's dive into this. The first thing I want you to do is create clear workflows from start to finish for each session type that you serve. So, for example, what I want you to do is I want you to write out, and I love to take pen to paper. If I were to get a boudoir inquiry right now, what are all of the steps? So first, I would send an email template. It's the email template that sends them all of my pricing information. It sends them what to expect. Then I would send them a booking email that then has the contract attached. It has their date in it, everything like that. Then I send them an email with all of the details, including my boudoir guide, so on and so forth. So literally write out all of those email templates, write out any additional pieces of info you need. For example, that guide, and then I want you to input that into, if you do have a CRM like Honeybook, that would be a fabulous place to write out all those email templates. Otherwise, if you're just saving them as canned responses on Gmail, that's lovely as well, but you need to write them all out. Now imagine that process for boudoir. If I was starting from scratch to do all those email templates and guides, I'm coming back to it again, that would take me a couple days just to do that. Then if I serve families, if I serve seniors, if I serve weddings, all of the things, because they're going to be slightly different. Some things might overlap. You might be able to copy email number 4 when you're sending the gallery delivery. That might make sense between families and boudoir, but that's going to take some serious time, okay? Thing number 2, I want you to create guides. Now these, take time. I want to be honest, when I created my wedding guide, which is about 86 pages, it covers their engagement session, and it covers timelines, it covers everything for them to enjoy their day. It was a huge project that was a massive, mammoth roadblock for me that honestly took like a year and a half. Now, that was not constant work. That was not me like working on it for a year and a half, but I would just like have a couple hours here, a couple hours there. It's big projects. Once you get stuff going though, like creating a boudoir guide for me was maybe a 2-day project, which I created on Canva. I send it out to them. It has everything to expect, where to shop, hair and makeup, directions to the studio, anything like that. But these projects are big, and I want you to create guides for anything and everything where you are getting questions. If you're getting questions, hey, what should I wear for my engagement session? That needs to be in a guide. That could be solved with a 10-page guide in which your clients will be so much more educated than you just typing out random email responses. As well, it'll save you time majorly. So that's a great off-season project to save you time in the future. Number 3, I want you to shoot some portfolio work during this time. I think that this is a great opportunity to say, hey, what is my ideal session? Oh, it's in the back of a Jeep with them cozy with blankets wearing flannels. Perfect. Let's make that happen right now. And I think so often we put that off to the side when things get busy, when you're shooting actual paid client work. But right now is a great time to build out your portfolio. And maybe you're not brand new. Maybe you're not building out a portfolio for the first time. Maybe you need to refine it though. Maybe you're not getting the type of inquiries that you want, which are lifestyle family sessions in a field. Instead, you're getting a lot of family inquiries for the studio. I want you to go shoot some families in the field. Maybe that's free, totally unpaid. Maybe that's really discounted, whatever works for you. But I want you to get that portfolio on point right now while you have the time. Okay, I love it. Let's tackle those. Those are huge. Probably in total, you know, when you're putting a couple sessions together, when you're doing a couple guides, and when you're putting together a couple workflows, that's a good month-long project right there. So let's freaking do it. Okay, so sorry to interrupt this video, but this is too good not to share. we had to invite you to our brand new live training. We are so excited to share, and we can't wait to see you there. The link is in the description. Go sign up for a time, and we'll see you live. Let's do this. Now, if you're a seasoned pro, what I want you to do first is I want you to go through your website copy, and I want you to only look at it from the lens of your ideal client. Now, I know an ideal client, sometimes that's a hot topic. Sometimes people don't want to go down that marketing route. That's okay. Let's just talk about a marketing message then. I want you to really hone in on what is that marketing message, and I want you to literally go through line, by page of every page of your website to make sure that every single word is attracting that person, that message, whatever that is. I think so often we slap things on websites, especially copy that we needed to get to our designer and we were on a deadline, or we put together ourselves and it sounded great 2 years ago or 6 months ago even. But then when we really read through that again with the lens of your ideal client, you're like, hold up. This word doesn't do anything. This sentence doesn't do anything for me. I want you to edit. I want you to refine. I think that's a great thing that we can put off, and it doesn't seem high priority. But in reality, that's one of the highest priorities ever. If social media is your handshake and a website is sealing the deal, that needs to be on point 100% to that marketing message. So that's my first task I have for you. Task number 2, related, I want you to do a deep dive of your portfolio. So whatever that looks like for you, that could obviously be like, let's say you have a slider on your website. That's a physical portfolio. In addition, maybe you create a gallery in which you're always putting in images, your best images, the images you love the most, the ones that appeal to your ideal client the most, and that's what you use only for social media posting in addition to your website. However you do that, whatever your physical portfolio is, I want you to do the same deep dive that you just did with your copy. Through the lens of your ideal client, is this attracting them, or do I just personally like it? I'm not my ideal client whatsoever. And so I might love an image and be like, wow, I'm really proud of this. Or technically, I think that we nailed this. Or I know all of the backstory to it. Like, hey, I know that this mom reacted this way, and so that's why this is special. Or the challenges. Hey, I know that it was really rainy and we were really stressed and the bride was really nervous about her dress getting dirty, but we made this happen. But the ideal client seeing this on a website does not know that. And so you really need to strip away your emotions, strip away your sentiment to images, and instead just look through the lens of your ideal client of, do they love this? Will they be attracted to this? Will this make them hit up my inquiry form and submit that right now? So that's my task number 2. Task number 3, the last one. I want you to spend some intentional time tracking the timing of items. So what I mean by that is if I go to do a certain workflow, let's say my onboarding workflow, I want you to hit a timer and I want you to figure out how long it takes you to do that. And then I want you to do it 3 more times so you can find some sort of average. You know, if we get an inquiry and it's a little bit more challenging and I'm trying to figure out how to onboard it, that might take a little bit longer than my typical process. So I want you to repeat it 4 times, and then I want you to average it out, and I want you to write all of those things down. And I want you to do that for all the tasks you do in your business. Really anything, whether that's entering mileage or recording a YouTube video or editing a YouTube video or so not just workflow things like an onboarding workflow or like I have a Wednesday workflow that I do every single Wednesday. But in addition, I want little tiny tasks. And then I want you to figure out if they're worth your time. Because here's the thing, not only are we going to gain awareness of like, whoa, each time I onboard someone, it takes me 35 minutes. That is unreal. So I gain this awareness of, okay, I have an inquiry, or I have someone that needs to be onboarded sitting here. Do I have 35 minutes right now? No, I don't, so I shouldn't do it right now. I should start that full project when I have a good 35-minute chunk. So it helps us plan through that awareness. But in addition, it's going to have you evaluate, hey, should somebody else be doing that besides me? Should I be having a VA do my onboarding workflow? Maybe that does make sense because 35 minutes is a significant chunk of time, and is my time worth that? Is my personal hourly rate worth that time that it's taking to edit a YouTube video when I might not even be the best at editing it? Heck to the no. Especially then you're able to evaluate when you do explore VAs or other positions on your team. I love to do a check-in after, you know, they've gotten used to it. So maybe 3 months in, where then I can say, hey, can you track your time? Do 4 tests for me to see how long it takes you to do the onboarding workflow. And if they get down the route and theirs says, oh, it takes me 45 minutes, and I know they've gotten used to it, they shouldn't be doing that. I should take that role back. So it really makes sure that we're best utilizing our time through that awareness. So I love it. That's what I have for you guys today. Happy March. I hope you are excited about wrapping up these loose ends of off season, are excited, fired up about your projects, and that this inspires you for a little extra something to fill your time during this time. Until next time, you guys, bye.